everyone, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to Home with Kimberly. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I'm outside in my backyard and I am getting ready to make up my own compost bin. This is the first time I'm doing this and I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I don't know what stopped me other than I think I've kind of overcomplicated the process in my mind a little bit, but after doing a lot of research and reading and watching videos, I realized that I have made this, I think, much more complicated than it actually is. So I'm just going to take you along here real quickly and show you how I am starting my first compost bin. And I just have a few things to start it out with. Some kitchen scraps, some eggshells. Looking through my pile here, I've got some shredded paper and some soil. And you can use garden clippings, you know, any kind of mulched up or dried up leaves, grass clippings, of course, as long as you don't have any chemicals on it. I mean, there's tons of stuff. You can use paper towel and toilet paper rolls and anything that kind of degrades down. So that's what I'm going to get started on here. So this is what I'm going to use for my first little compost bin, and as you can see, it's just one of those little plastic tubs. You can get these probably at the thrift store. I know you can get them at Walmart, different places like that. And you can see down here I've already drilled my holes around the bottom, about, I don't know, a couple inches up from the bottom. I did not put any holes in the very bottom. We do not get a ton of rain here in North Carolina. So I think it'll be fine just having the holes around the edges, and that'll give it enough circulation. So now I'm just going to start layering inside here the items for my compost. And the first item I'm going to put is all of my shredded paper. And excuse the noise and all the clanging around you may hear out here. My kids are in their little pool right next to me, so.
That I buy with my money, thank you. That I lost my tube.
So there's a lot of extra splashing and carrying on and whatnot. But so here's my shredded paper. Now, yes, I see there's a few little colorful items in here. I didn't want to go through my shred and pick through all of this. Most of this is just plain white paper. So hopefully that will do. We'll see how that goes. And the next thing I'm going to put in are my lovely kitchen scraps. That looks appetizing. But I've saved these. If you've seen my last juicing video, I've been saving all of my juicing scraps as well as just, you know, other scraps as we eat fruits and different things. Just keeping them all in here. Coffee grounds, you name it. Just don't put any bones, don't put any meat in there. That would attract maggots and flies and eventually maggots, which would be disgusting, so we don't want that. And then the next thing I've saved a bunch of eggshells. Whew, that has a strong smell. So eggshells, and then more. And then the last thing I'm going to put for now is some garden soil that I actually have a little leftover bag. I'm just going to put that over top of this just to try to help to get everything started.
Dump it.
So let me do that. Let me do that and I'll come back to you in just a second. Okay, so I found one of my daughter's little garden shovels here. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of break this up in here. Just kind of, I'm not really going to mix it too much. The dirt on top is going to kind of help the process to go a little faster. Now I've heard that this stuff can start breaking down really fairly quickly, within 1 to 2 weeks even. And you can start planting. Now I've also been told that I could like immediately plant some zucchini and squash in here as it is, even before it's broken down, and that stuff would start to grow. I'm curious to see if that's actually true or not. I don't have any seeds on hand right now. I'm probably going to get some in the near future. Excuse me, it is hot out here, I'm sweating. So I may check that out at some point. But I'm super excited about this. I may try to find some other things. Like I said, you could do wood chips, grass clippings, broken down leaves. There's just all kinds of stuff. I may look for some more things. Of course, I'm gonna keep building on this. I don't have very much in here right now. And as this starts to break down and decompose, it will become even, you know, smaller of a pile in there. So the really cool thing about this is it did not cost me any money to set this up. I already had the tub on hand. I already had leftover potting soil, and of course almost everybody has kitchen scraps they can contribute. Everybody usually has, you know, eggshells, toilet paper rolls, things like that, grass clippings, all that stuff is free. So this is a very cost-effective way to start something like this. The other thing I plan on doing is actually using the compost as my plant. This box that I just made the compost in, I'm going to use as my planter box. So as this starts to break down and I fill it up some more and it, you know, breaks down into a nice good soil, I'm just going to plant directly in this box and see how my stuff does. I think it's going to turn out beautifully, I hope. And if it does, I'm just going to create more of these. And you could actually do this in individual, like plant pots, like the plastic ones. Drill some holes around it if you wanted to do individual pots like this, and just put your composting materials in there and then just start planting from there. So this is great for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're in the city, if you just have a balcony space, you know, you don't have any lawn, any grass, just a small little balcony, you could get something like this and set it up and grow things right from your home. I am going to keep you all updated. I'll probably come back within a week or two and let you guys see how my compost bin is doing. Another thing I might do is look for a couple of worms just to stick down in there, because that'll really help to break things down faster and get this going for me. Also, one very important key thing I should have mentioned ahead of time. The first thing I'm going to do now that I've got all this in here is water it, and this has to be kept wet at all times. It needs to be kept moist, kind of like a sponge. If it dries out, it's not going to break down. It's not going to do what you want to do to become that rich soil that you want. So it has to be kept wet. So I am going to water this and check it every day, make sure it feels nice and moist. But that's it. So if you have any questions or comments, if you have your own experience on composting, I'd love to hear about it. And like I said, I'll get back with you once this has started to do its thing. I'll do a follow-up video in a week or two and let you know how it's going. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative, and I will see you next time. Bye.